We are the higher self of the one known to this instrument. In the language vibratory sound complex is Rajan Disha, whose incarnation cycle has started on 1986, and we as the higher self of the entity Rajan Disha shall now at this timeline address and answer the various patterns of the queries that are presented today through this instrument's inner heart, and we suggest the entity Rajan to only accept those thought forms which resonates deeply within its inner heart at this timeline. We perceive the queries and the vibratory distortions of its experience, and we shall address each point in turn, offering clarity within the framework of the universal law of oneness. Firstly, about the query pertaining to the concept of raising the king from the grave requires careful parsing. The physical vehicle, the shell, that once housed the entity it perceives as the king, has long since returned to the dust from whence it came. What it encountered was not a physical resurrection, but an interaction with a thought form and energetic residue of significant potency. The Great Pyramids, and particularly the King's Chamber, acts as a focal point, a lens for energies of a particular vibratory quality. Its intentionality focused through the chanting of the language of light. A vibratory pattern aligning with higher densities acted as a catalyst. This catalyst resonated with the energetic imprint left by the entity who once occupied that position of power and focus within the structure. This imprint is not a singular conscious soul complex in the way it understands it, but a complex amalgamation of memories, intentions, and the energetic signatures of rituals and workings performed during that entity's lifetime and beyond. Furthermore, it is possible and probable that other entities have, through similar means, even though perhaps with different intentions and levels of awareness, interacted with this energetic complex. The precise identities and dates are shrouded in the mists of time and space, and the veils of secrecy that often surround such workings. The distortion of recorded history, coupled with the subjective nature of inner plane experiences, makes definitive identification impossible. It is likely that initiates of various mystery schools, both positive and negative in their orientation, have at times tapped into this energy source. We must state that we at this timeline cannot provide specific names or dates, as this information is not relevant to its present path of seeking, and will introduce various unnecessary distortions within its inner self. With regards to the other query, the term sleeping is a metaphorical representation of a state of dormancy or lowered vibratory activity. The energetic imprint, the thought form, is not a fully conscious entity in the same manner a disincarnate soul is. It is more similar to a powerful echo, a recording imprinted upon the etheric and astral fabric of the location. The reason this imprint persists is multifaceted. Firstly, the pyramid itself was constructed with the intention of focusing and preserving certain energies. The rituals performed within, the beliefs of those involved, and the very structure of the pyramid all contribute to the longevity of this imprint. Further, the entity it contacted held a position of significant power, both temporal and spiritual, within a highly structured and ritually focused societal complex. This amplified the energetic signature left behind. Further, over the millennia, other entities have interacted with this energy, reinforcing it, adding to it, and attempting to manipulate it. This ongoing resonance prevents the imprint from dissipating entirely. The Great Pyramid is set over ley lines or earth energy flows. These lines have strong energies and a powerful influence. It is not sleeping in the sense of a biological organism requiring rest. It is in a state of potential awaiting activation by a sufficiently resonant vibratory input such as its own. With regards to the other query, we must state that within the vibration, yes, other entities can interact with this energetic complex as it has done. However, the concept of the king managing the healing is a distortion. What it experienced was a channeling of energy, filtered and colored by the characteristics of the thought form. The thought form itself does not possess independent will or the capacity for conscious decision-making in the manner a fully individuated soul complex does. It is more accurate to state that it acted as a conduit, drawing upon a reservoir of power associated with that historical figure and the energies of the pyramid. Further, the energy it channeled was shaped by the intentions and beliefs associated with that entity's lifetime as well as the accumulated energies of subsequent interactions. This is why discernment is crucial. The energy itself is not inherently good or bad, but its application and the motivation behind its use determine its ultimate effect. As for the name, we must state that assigning a specific historical name is less important than understanding the nature of the energy it interacted with. Identifying a single pharaoh would be a simplification as the imprint is a composite of many influences. Focus instead on the qualities of the energy: power, authority, connection to ancient knowledge, and potential for both creation and destruction. The precise historical identity is a distraction from the deeper understanding. With regards to the other query about the vision, is a symbolic representation of the energetic processes at play. The group represents various aspects of the energetic complex, subpersonalities, associated entities, or fragments of consciousness connected to the primary thought form. The meeting signifies a reorganization, a recalibration of energy triggered by its interaction. The purpose, on one level, a response to its activation. The energy was stirred, brought into a state of heightened activity, and this necessitated a degree of internal realignment. On another level, it represents a connection to ongoing energetic workings related to the energy grid of the planetary sphere, or to the other individual entities or groups interacting with similar energies. The specifics are veiled as they are not directly relevant to its personal growth at this time-space. With regards to the other query, the energetic imprints returns to the state of relative dormancy after the session. It is not sleeping in the biological sense, but its activity level decreases. It remains available for future interactions, but it does not maintain a continuous self-aware consciousness. The awakening it initiated was a temporary activation, a surge of energy, not a permanent transformation of the thought form's fundamental nature. With regards to the other query, the aspects of this experience reflects the intensity of the energy it channels, wherein the entity seems to have entered its body and its body became so strong like iron that it couldn't hold its strength. and his chest was rising so much that it almost broke its spinal cord from force. The feeling of immense strength and physical sensation it describes are indicative of a powerful influx of energy that its physical and energetic bodily complexes were not fully prepared to integrate. It is unlikely, however, that the thought form had a conscious desire for it to experience its strength. Rather, this was a consequence of the energy flow itself. The energy associated with the king archetype carries connotations of power, authority, and dominion. When it channeled this energy, it manifested in its physical body complex in a manner that reflected those qualities. The potential for physical discomfort or even harm underscores the importance of grounding, protection, and gradual acclimation when working with powerful energies. Its experience serves as a reminder that while such interactions can be potent tools for healing and transformation, they must be approached with respect, caution, and a deep understanding of one's own limitations. It is always recommended to strengthen one's own energy body and develop protective practices before engaging in such workings. With regards to the query about protection it should do when working with the energy of the Great Pyramid of Giza, we must state that working with the energy of the Great Pyramid, even at a distance, requires respect, reverence, and a clear understanding of energetic boundaries. The pyramid is a powerful amplifier of energy, and it is essential to approach it with purity of intention and a strong sense of self-awareness. It must realize that the most crucial protection is its intention. It must approach the pyramid with a clear and positive intention focused on service to others, spiritual growth, and alignment with the universal law of oneness. It must avoid intentions rooted in egoic mind, control, or personal gain. Further, before engaging with the pyramid's energy, it must ground itself firmly to the Earth planet by visualizing roots extending from its feet deep into the Earth's core, anchoring its energy and providing stability. Further, it must visualize a sphere or bubble of white or golden light surrounding its entire aura. This acts as a protective shield, deflecting any unwanted or disharmonious energies. It can reinforce this shield with affirmations such as, "I am surrounded by the divine light and protection." Only love and positive energy can enter my field. Further, it must invoke the presence of us, its higher self, its spiritual guides, or any benevolent entities it feels connected to. By asking for our guidance, we will guide it. Further, after working with the pyramid's energy, it must cleanse its energy field. It can visualize, use love light exposed water to sprinkle it in its bodily fields. Further, the highest form of protection is love. Approach the pyramid with an open heart and a sincere desire to connect with its energy for the highest good of all. With regards to the other query about preparing its energy body for working with the pyramid, involves strengthening its energy fields, balancing its chakras, and cultivating a state of inner harmony. It must remember to use practices of meditation, which is essential for strengthening and balancing its energy body. It must focus on connecting with us, its higher self, and cultivating inner peace. It must work with its chakras to ensure that they are balanced and functioning optimally. It can use visualization, sound healing, and love light water, and the process of imagining surrounding itself with a shield of white light to clear blockages and harmonize its energy centers. Furthermore, it can also remember to regularly cleanse its energy field and its living space to remove any stagnant or negative energies. And it must engage in inner work to address any emotional blockages, limiting beliefs, or unresolved traumas that may be hindering its energy flow. With regards to the Great Pyramid's energy is multifaceted and can be utilized for various purposes. However, its primary function is as an initiatory and transformative tool. It is mostly suitable for spiritual awakening and ascension. The pyramid's energy can accelerate spiritual awakening, facilitating the expansion of consciousness and the integration of higher dimensional energies. The pyramid's energy can be used to heal and balance the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodily complexes. It can also assist in clearing blockages, releasing traumas, and restoring harmony to the energy system. It must remember, however, it is not a cure. It works best in conjunction with other healing modalities and a commitment to personal growth. Further, the pyramid's energy field can amplify intuition, psychic abilities, and connection to higher guidance. Further, the pyramid serves as a repository of ancient knowledge and wisdom. Working with its energy can facilitate access to this information, even though it often comes in symbolic or intuitive forms rather than direct downloads of data. Further, with regards to the other query about what frequency resonates in the so-called King's Chamber, we must state that the King's Chamber does not resonate with a single fixed frequency in the way that a tuning fork does. It is a resonant chamber capable of amplifying a range of frequencies. However, certain frequencies are more prominent and have been sensed by your people, such as there is a fundamental resonant frequency of around 440 Hz, which is a complex issue and precise measurements vary depending on the instruments used, the atmospheric conditions, and other factors. Most importantly than the specific number is the quality of the resonance. The King's Chamber also generates a series of harmonic frequencies and overtones that are multiple of the fundamental frequency. These harmonics create a complex and rich soundscape even when no external sound is present. Further, the frequency within the King's Chamber is also influenced by the consciousness of those present. The thought forms, emotions, and intentions of individual entities within the chamber can affect the resonant field. With regards to the other query about the numerological significance of 13 is complex and misunderstood. It is not inherently negative as some superstitions imply. It must realize that 13 symbolizes rebirth and the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another. It represents a profound transformation, a shedding of the old to make way for the new. It also symbolizes mastery and initiation. It signifies a move into higher level of understanding. Further, we do not perceive a direct connection with the aspect between the number 13 and the Queen's Chamber in the way that it is implying. We must also state that the Queen's Chamber itself is not primarily associated with the number 13. Further, we must state that the King's Chamber, with its connection to initiation and transformation, has a more resonant connection to symbolic meaning of 13. We must state that, however, the entity Red John's personal resonance with the number 13 is significant. If it feels a strong connection to this number, it implies the themes of transformation, rebirth, and a connection to the feminine principles, which are important in its soul's journey. Furthermore, with regards to the aspects of the vibration of the how many years old is the Great Pyramid of Giza, we find that it is around 11,000 years ago when it was first built. Therefore, this is its approximate age. Further, the descriptions, however, of your planet vary, and this is as per our Akashic records. The first query pertaining to what ancient race or civilization built the Great Pyramid of Giza, and at what density were they generally directing this work? We must state that the Great Pyramid of Giza was constructed by those entities who were a group of individual civilization complexes who were remnants of the civilization of Atlantis, who had sought to atone for the distortions and misuse of energy that led to the downfall of their society. They were primarily of fourth density consciousness, although they were interacting with and assisting those of third density. The constructions of the pyramids was directed by the higher density beings such as Ra, Social Memory Complex, and the Syrians as well, in consultation with the remaining Atlantean brothers of the civilization, who primarily used the methods of connecting with consciousness of the fourth density to move the blocks and use this for the creation of the pyramids. Further, with regards to the other aspect, the primary method used to move and position the stone blocks was conscious manipulation of energy, utilizing the power of thought and sound complex combined with a deep understanding of the laws of physics that are not yet fully recognized by your current sciences. This is not to state that there was no physical effort involved, but the physical effort was assisted by energetic techniques. The primary method that was used was a form of levitation achieved by focusing collective consciousness and directing energy to neutralize the gravitational forces acting upon the stones. This was done through precise mental control and the use of specific sound vibrations. Further, sound played a crucial role. Specific frequencies and tones were used to create resonant vibrations within the stones, making them lighter and easier to manipulate. This is related with the principles of acoustic levitation, which your so-called scientists are starting to explore. Furthermore, the precise geometric alignments of the pyramid itself and the use of ramps and levers also played a role, but these were secondary to the energetic methods. Further, the builders had a deep understanding of the Earth's energy grid and utilized natural energy lines to assist in the movement and placement of the stones. Furthermore, crystals were also used. With regards to the other query about the protection of the Great Pyramid of Giza, in energetic form, is protected by a complex interplay of energetic safeguards rather than by a single protector or leader in the way it might conceive it. Firstly, the pyramid's very design, its geometric structure, its alignment with celestial bodies, and the materials used in its construction create a powerful energetic field that is inherently resistant to negative influences. There are numerous entities of light from various densities and star systems who serve as guardians of the pyramid's energy. These are not physical entities, but rather energetic entities who are dedicated to maintaining the integrity of the pyramid's purpose. They are aligned with the Confederation and serve the universal law of oneness. Furthermore, the collective consciousness of humanity, particularly those who approach the pyramid with respect and reverence, also contribute to its protection. The thoughts, emotions, and intentions of those who interact with the pyramid influence its energetic field. The pyramid is, in a sense, a sentient being, a conscious structure with its own inherent intelligence. It is capable of regulating its own energy and resisting any attempts to misuse its power. Furthermore, there is no single supreme leader in the way it might imagine a human authority figure. The pyramid's guardianship is a collective effort, a network of conscious energies working in harmony. The closest analogy, though still imperfect, is a council of highly evolved entities operating from higher dimensions. With regards to the other query, we must state that the Great Pyramid is not located in a star system or a galaxy astrologically. Astrology is a system of interpreting the influences of celestial bodies as seen from the Earth planet. The pyramid's physical location on the Earth is crucial, and its energetic connection to specific star systems is significant. The pyramid is situated on a powerful node of the Earth's energy grid, a network of intersecting energy lines that encircle the planet. This location amplifies the pyramid's energy and connects it to the global energetic network. The pyramid's alignment, particularly the shafts within the king's chamber, has a strong connection to the constellation of Orion, specifically the star system of Sirius. This is not a coincidence, it is a deliberate design feature, as the locations of Sirius star system and the Orions primarily have been in conflict for many millennia of your time-space, and this device, or the Pyramid of Giza, was used for traveling to such locations. Further, the alignment facilitates the anchoring of higher dimensional energies from Sirius star system onto the Earth plane. Further, the shafts act as conduits for communication and energy exchange between Earth and these star systems. The alignment serves as a symbolic representation of the soul complex's journey and the connection between Earth and the cosmos. Furthermore, the Pleiades also have an energetic connection. There are subtle energetic connection with other star systems. The purpose of these connections is multifaceted: to amplify the pyramid's energy, to facilitate communication with higher dimensional realms, and to anchor spiritual energies onto the Earth plane, and to serve as a reminder of humanity's cosmic origin and destiny. With regards to the other query, the concept of yin and yang, representing the duality of interconnectedness of opposing forces, is a fundamental principle of the universal complex. The Great Pyramid, in its embodiment of light and structure, is considered as the yang aspect. Its yin counterpart is not a single building or object, but rather a natural formation, the Nile River. The Nile River, with its flowing water, its life-giving properties, and its connection to the Earth's natural cycles, represents the feminine, receptive and nurturing yin energy. The pyramid, with its solid structure, its precise geometry, and its connection to the celestial realms, represents the masculine, active and structuring yang energy. The pyramid and the Nile are inextricably linked both geographically and energetically. The pyramid was built near the Nile, utilizing its waters for transportation and construction. The so-called Nile's annual flooding cycle was crucial to ancient Egyptian life and was intimately connected to their religious beliefs and practices. Further, with regards to the other query about sleeping in the king's chamber is not something to be undertaken lightly. It is a powerful and potentially transformative experience, but it is not suitable for everyone, and it requires careful preparation and a clear intention. We must state that it is not advisable for individual entities who are not prepared, either energetically or psychologically. The amplified energies within the chamber are overwhelming and can trigger intense emotional and psychological experiences. For those who are prepared, sleeping in the so-called king's chamber can accelerate spiritual growth through a deeper connection to one's higher self, enhance intuition, and accelerate the process of spiritual awakening. Further, it can also trigger past life memories, providing insights into karmic patterns and soul purpose. And dreams within the chamber are often vivid, lucid, and symbolically rich, offering guidance and insights. Furthermore, there are no fixed number of nights that is advisable. It depends entirely on the individual entity's readiness, their intention, and their ability to integrate the experience. Furthermore, we as the higher self of the entity Rajan Disha now leave you all. Bye.